I just realized that all the noises that I made during the intro music aren't heard live.
Mm-hmm.
So you guys can just rest assured that while that intro music was playing, I was making cool noises, and you'll never be able to hear them.
I don't even put them in the podcast version.
Oh.
Yep.
Well, that's a thing.
So,
cheers. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Live on Two Wheels, episode 40
why is
of
there
season
so
2.
much more of you than me?
Because I have a puffy jacket. I don't
Like,
know.
you have room on your arm.
I feel like that camera moved because our helmets used to be in frame and now they're not. So
This is what I said earlier. Like, these things don't move. But
no, specifically that one.
there is a singular fly in this shop. It's driving me fucking nuts.
Yeah. Yeah, it's going to be. He's been messing with all of us all day, so it's going to be a really fun
He
episode.
fucking landed in my coffee earlier, and I was like, I was this close to just batting his shit out of the coffee like a cat.
Anyway, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to Live on Two Wheels, episode 40 of season 2, which is pretty crazy. Today, we have a Live on Two Wheels classic episode of Path to Upgrade. This time, small CC edition.
Yay.
So I think it's going to be pretty exciting, and I'm pretty stoked. You guys, I've told you guys many times, I love Path to Upgrade.
Small CC? Are you just saying that because
That's where
of his
he's
name?
starting.
Okay.
So that's where, and that was factored into a lot of my answers. If you guys are new to Path to Upgrade, it's basically, we ask one of you guys on the Chase on Two Wheels community page, we ask, tell us what you've been riding, tell us what you currently ride, tell us what style of riding you do, and then Beau and I will each select what we think your next 3 bikes should be.
And why they all end up adventure bikes in shape, fashion, and form. Yep.
This is true. So we're going to get that. That's going to be like the, oh God, he's there. He's there.
Fucking punch it.
We are going to be massively, okay, you cannot punch my laptop or this beverage next to my laptop.
Okay.
Those are the rules.
I almost got it that time.
Oh God. All right, so if you guys are just listening, there's a fly in the shop, and we will be distracted the whole episode.
Yeah.
So guys, yeah, let's get into the show. Let's get all into the pre stuff of the show. First off, this show is live in 2 places on the Chase on Two Wheels. If you can't tell, this show is live on 2 places: the Chase on Two Wheels YouTube channel and the Live on Two Wheels YouTube channel. If you guys are watching on the Chase on Two Wheels YouTube channel, we would love it if you went over to the Live on Two Wheels YouTube channel. That's where this show will live starting next season. So we're on the last couple episodes of this season, and next season it's going to be Live on Two Wheels only. We're being pushed out of the
Cutting the umbilical cord.
We've cut the umbilical cord. We've pushed the little baby bird out the. We've pushed the baby bird out the nest, and next season we get to
most
see if
of
it's
those
fly.
die when they get pushed out of the nest.
You're gonna start the show on such a fucking sad thing to say. Jesus Christ, Beau.
So it's going to just be on Live on Two Wheels starting next year.
Yeah, so it's going to be super exciting. Also, if you guys want to interact with us, like I said, Live on Two Wheels, that's the live chat that I have pulled up. So I would love to see y'all's chats and communications and stuff like that. So go chat over there. I'll be able to see you on my laptop. Did you almost projectile vomit?
That literally just crept out of my mouth. They like sneak attacked me. Sorry about that.
After the story earlier of how you and your friend started farting and burping and couldn't stop, like I don't know if that's a good thing to
My
happen.
bodily functions are a mystery, even to me.
Jesus Christ.
Continue.
So, if you guys, obviously we have a lot of you guys live here. This will be available on the Live on Two Wheels channel after the fact. But a lot of you guys only want to listen, which is totally cool. This is available as a podcast on all your favorite podcasting platforms. There is one of them that is specifically important, though, and that is Apple Podcast. We're trying really hard to promote the show, get the show as big as possible. So we have these little decals made.
Go back to the other one.
Yeah,
talking.
we have these little decals made that are far higher quality than they deserve to be, but I accidentally ordered really nice decals. So we give these away if we read your review on Apple Podcast. So, Ghost, I assume
That
you
just
have.
makes me want a hat with that logo on it.
Oh, that would be a good hat.
You know how? Okay, so
look at that.
Look
Hold
at
on.
the side. Wait, look at the side of your hat where the Motul thing is.
Oh, yeah.
That if we could get a Live on Two Wheels like a piece of.
Hold on.
So it's like a patch almost,
Oh,
like
that
a rubber
would be
patch.
cool.
Yeah.
I think this is actually a really good logo for a hat.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway, we give these decals out if we read your Apple podcast review. Ghost has pulled one for us, so I'm gonna get to reading it after I clear all the gas out of my throat.
No, I'm pretty good at it.
Yeah, you're a step ahead, bud. All right. Title: Funny and surprisingly informative. I'm not really sure where that came from. By Maniac One. This is a 5-star review, of course. This show is pretty entertaining and varying personalities of Chase and Beau, but their 10 years of experience in the industry offers insights and views that I don't normally consider. Love to throw this on while traveling, but also make sure to catch it on YouTube for the full experience. Ghost, LOL. Keep it up. Ghost, I think he was talking to you there, Ghost. It says Ghost, LOL, keep it up. So I'm not sure what's going on with that, but oh, okay. Cool. We can confirm Ghost is
Keeping it up.
He has kept it up. It is currently up. So Maniac, thank you so much for the review. Email me, chase@chaseontwowheels.com. No numbers, all spelled out. And I will send you a little special form, and we'll send you one of these guys totally for free. If you guys want to potentially get a decal, make sure to go over to Apple Podcast, give us a review, and you could be the next one to get free shit in the mail.
Nice.
Also, varying personalities, totally agree. 10 years of experience in the industry offering insights and views that I don't normally consider.
I mean, that makes sense.
I mean, does it? I feel like I'm an idiot and don't know what I'm talking about half the time.
That's a different perspective.
I mean, it's okay.
I am not well versed on singular things, but I do have a lot of little information about a lot of things, and am a sponge for trying to learn as much as I can.
I guess it is kind of a perspective thing. Like, while we're here, the 10 hours a day I'm here, like, I do nothing but think about motorcycles and making videos about them. So I think me feeling like I'm an idiot, like in a professional, like I feel like I'm an idiot over here, but like when normal people, okay, anyway.
Yeah, it's just
that's a review.
Our personalities are similar in a lot of meaningful ways, but in the ways that we do the show,
that's fair.
They're very different.
That's
and
fair.
path to upgrade is one of those where it gets.
It shows very clearly that we have different. We think about things in a very different way. I think that's one of the things I like so much about the show, because like our answers are like, I think we have had one episode where we had one bike
we were
the same.
Linked up.
Most of the time we're polar opposite.
Yep.
So guys, if other ways you guys can interact with the show is on our Discord server. We have a motorcycle focused Discord server full of motorcycle enthusiasts. I assume if you're watching the show, you're probably into that type of thing. And we have, so we do a moto shout out in our moto photo section. So I'm going to pull up our shout out of the week. Oh, Larry here with a freaking FJ09. This was before Yamaha called him the Tracer.
Yep.
Fun fact, this was the first, Larry, for one, thank you for being a Discord user and posting your photo. But I remember doing the first ride on an FJ09. It was the first ADV Tory bike. I know it's not an ADV bike, but it's like they're similar setup.
Touring, yeah.
It was the first touring bike that I really rode on a first ride, and I can remember to this day giving it some gas and being like, oh shit,
Yeah,
these
dad
bikes
mode
are
don't fuck
fun.
around.
Because you see these bikes, these style of motorcycles, and you don't think they're really that fun. You think it's like, oh, that's a utilitarian thing. You know, that guy probably rides a lot and he needs some
Every time I look at
luggage.
the FJ09, I think of it looks like a hover bike that somebody put wheels on.
Yeah, this bike will. I think this bike will always have like a special place in my head just because of how serious that first ride was.
You got a couple of them today.
Yeah, so we're gonna go on to some more. We got E40. I can't say this word every time. You say it.
No, go for it.
No.
No, you have to.
Evorbicon.
I'll accept that.
Nailed it.
Yeah, I like how this picture. Everybody looks photoshopped into it.
Yeah, I mean, we are Ducati strong
Yeah.
in this, and can I just say how fucking jealous I am of every single person.
That's that new one that we had.
We showed last week. That new Street Fighter in the green is, it's
All right,
so good.
the next one might be runner for.
I thought you were
my
trying to hit
favorite
me fucking shit.
One of my favorite Discord usernames.
I'm Irish?
I just like I just
Okay.
I like it.
Ghost, do we know if this person is actually Irish? I'm going to assume, based on the background, that they're not, because that doesn't look like Ireland.
Why? Have you ever been to Ireland?
Uh-huh.
You've been to Ireland.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Does that surprise you?
Yeah, first off,
It's
yeah.
rolling green hills, not mountains. Okay, so anyway, thank you guys. Wait, is that all that's all? Okay. Ghost has to stop me. It says stop scrolling, Chase. Don't spoil the tip. That's hilarious.
Oh.
So thank you guys for being active over on our Discord. If you guys want to be posted, just post your photos. I love moto photo of or the moto photo section. I love motorcycle photos.
Watching people type in chat to confirm that this person is Irish.
Mm-hmm.
Just looks like they're proclaiming that they're Irish. It says I'm Irish is actually Irish.
I'm Irish. All right, I'm not gonna not. All right, so we'll stop. All right, so next up, that's our moto photo. You guys go check out the Discord. Oh, we're gonna be in Discord later in the episode. Here, let me show you guys what it'll look like. So Trey, if you'll go to my screen real fast, this is our Discord page, guys. We got all sorts of pages. You guys can dig through that if you want. But as far as tonight, what's important is this threads thing up at the top. You'll see season 2, episode 40. If you click into that, that's hilarious. All right, we're going to be doing that later in the show. We're going to be looking through this thread.
You know
guys
that
feel free
reminds me
to
of?
post whatever you want in there.
You know what that reminds me of?
What?
And nobody saw this because none of the footage made it into any video. But we were shooting the Panigale reveal video in that warehouse, and all I was doing was like wheelies and burnouts on that scooter.
The scooter
The
that had the
electric
front wheel
scooter.
burnout thing?
Yes.
Yeah, that was good times. Okay, so guys, that is our Discord stuff. Now, next up, we have our spectral producer, Ghost. He gives us a Ghost Tip of the Week and the Quick Shifter segment every single
So
week,
gracious.
and he's so gracious with his time, and we massively appreciate him. Give him love in the chat, please. So now we have Ghost Tip of the Week, which is my opportunity to learn something. So here we go. Ghost Tip of the Week. If you want to learn a new way to communicate, I recommend sign language. It comes in pretty handy. Yes. So Ghost, thank you so
my
much.
favorite part of these is
Ghost,
where you start getting them. Nope. No.
What?
What are you doing?
I was signing to Ghost that thank you.
That's not.
Nope. Look,
Don't.
thank you.
That's not. Oh my god.
Not under the chin. Not under the chin. Chin out.
What is this?
Ow.
That's thank you? Wait, so it's thank you and fuck you? Is that how that works?
I don't know if that's fuck you. I think that's just a thing that people do. Wow, now you're just blowing the kiss. Now you're just vomiting in your hands.
Oh no, I don't understand sign language. Ghost, thank you so
Clearly don't.
No shit. Ghost, thank you so much for the Ghost Tip of the Week. Also, you guys can go over on Instagram, Ghost on Two Wheels. He posts these every week, and most of the time, I like them. I can't confirm all the time because there have been times I forget. And Ghost, I love you, and I'm so sorry. All right.
Now you got him sighing. Just everybody around you in your life is just going, ha, ha.
Yeah, that's fair. That happens a lot. All right, guys. Next section is our Quick Shifter segment, which is where we talk about news quickly. And if you guys want us to talk about it for a full episode, just let us know in the comments. We'll build a whole episode out of it if there's enough of you guys that want to see it. All right, Ghost Tip. Oh, shit. Quick Shifter. It's hot. Are you hot?
No.
Oh, all right.
I'm in direct line of the fan.
I'm going to play this,
So
and then I'm
my
going to take
feet
this
are cold.
jacket off. All right, so here we go. This is our Quick Shifter segment.
The fan that we have to have on our monitor because it keeps.
Yeah, we have to have a fan on our monitor so it doesn't burn. Anyway. Oh, not mini player. No, God. Oh, God, no.
Just hit there's a button at the top left of the mini player.
Oh, perfect. Sweet. All right, I'm going to restart it because Ghost deserves the entire thing.
No. He wants to give you the entire thing.
Stop!
More than the tip?
Just more than just the tip.
Jesus, you guys are terrible. Yeah. European MC Group calls to make motorcycling more affordable through lower taxes and removing other barriers of entry. Also, lower emissions and less impact on infrastructure. Oh, we love that. Give us a tax break, fam.
That ain't us. We
Hell,
are not.
Can we get it too? Well, no. It starts in Europe and it'll come to us one day, maybe.
Yeah. To tell that to the 4 states that can legally filter.
It's true. Maybe by the time we're dead, we'll get that.
I mean, this is what we've talked about before. We did a whole episode on this.
Yeah.
Europe.
We do less. We should get benefited by doing less. Please and thank you.
Royal Enfield sells 50,000 plus of the new Hunter 350 in the first 3 months. Is the least expensive bike in the RE lineup. Interesting.
What is that's a cool looking bike. I could see it. I mean, 50,000 plus units is a lot.
Yeah.
Good for them.
Yeah.
Hey, now we know who Royal Enfield is. Because we did a whole episode.
Now you know who Royal Enfield is.
You guys know what I mean. I know who Royal Enfield is.
I like a
That's
lot.
cool looking bike.
I like the newer stuff that they've been doing as far as like design wise.
Mm-hmm. Those little split tank thing's really neat.
Yeah, I like that.
I like that a lot.
It's very,
Also, I like the
Bonneville.
blue,
Yeah.
that matte blue.
Yep.
Oh God! What do you get when you put a Honda CB600F Hornet engine into a Piaggio Ape? Add on a kid's movie paint job, and you get
Yeah. Bro, in Forza Horizon, one of my favorite things to do is take one of these little dinky 3-wheel cars and put like monstrous engines in them. You cannot control them.
See, the thing is, though, this dude is this
controlling.
a kid?
I don't know. It's probably a grown ass man.
Oh, that's a grown ass man for sure.
Look how tiny it is. Also,
That's hilarious.
that's good. Ghost and his family are going to sponsor some foliage for the Live on 2 headset for season 3. Just don't forget to water it. Oh yeah,
That shit's gonna die so fast.
Your wife has a bit of a
my
green
God.
thumb, doesn't she?
Look at like
Let me
that's
see
gonna
that.
be the
make
set.
make them bigger. Yeah.
Oh, dude, I'll bring some ivy from my house. The whole shop will be filled.
No,
with
we'll never.
We'll never find our way out. That's hilarious.
That is good. Yeah.
I hope that's not poison ivy that Beau's inside of.
It
Are you
probably
allergic to
is.
poison ivy?
I'm a little bit, but not horribly.
Would you test that on the show?
Fuck! Why would I
I
purposefully
don't know.
poison
Could be,
myself?
could be interesting content.
Sometimes I feel like you don't like me.
All right, we got a minute and a half left. Let's go. I do like you, by the way. Don't get all crazy on me.
It just goes on for I love it.
Ghost might have accidentally given some production value to another motorcycle podcast.
Oh no.
Ghost. What?
Ghost on 2 wheels. Which motorcycle brand elevated themselves the most this year? New bikes, innovations, etc. That is a great question. I
He
think
got
it was
the great
really
question.
Great to see Ducati get into the adventure game with the Desert X. I have been really impressed with what Royal Enfield has been doing. To be honest with you, elevated. Man, that's a great question.
Ah, you got 2 of them.
Maybe we'll do something around that for high side, low side. But new bikes, innovations. I'm actually. I'll say this: Ghost
All right, well-
on 2 wheels.
If they
think
offer him like money
2023 is gonna
to
be
produce, like I
banner
can't
year
be mad at
for
him, right?
races.
You know. Yeah. Oh, look at that dash, baby.
We've got the updated bike. Hell
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah, baby.
Let's go.
Oh, good man.
That is phenomenal. You were quick on that shit.
Yeah, no shit.
Awesome job.
Me, like-
I mean, I can't decide if I'm happy or upset with Ghost.
You got
Mr.
2 great questions.
You
That's
what the hell? Ghost, you can't be given number 1 the sauce from number 2. How are we supposed to get? Oh wait, no, we want to be number 2.
Yeah.
Never mind. That's fine. Go ahead. Spurgeon's awesome. So
Well-
can confirm.
Well, we're
actual
at the end
good
of the
dude.
season, so we can do some contract negotiations.
You were trying to position yourself for the contract negotiation. I see.
He's got all the leverage.
He does 100%.
Want that corner office?
Absolutely. We got your corner right here, bud. Look at this.
I
We've
had
created it.
free of plants, so you have room.
Oh, that's awesome. All right. So, guys, that's our quick shifter of the week. And you guys can see those over on Ghost's YouTube channel. So go check out Ghost on Two Wheels on YouTube as well. Dude's killing it. All right. So that's a lot of stuff. Now we got housekeeping and housekeeping.
Man.
Bro, let me tell you. the last 3 weeks, guys. Okay, so you guys know, especially if you know you're fans of the whole channel and all, we are at the end of season 5 of Wreck Bike Rebuild, which has been a almost 3 year long endeavor. We are now to the point where we are done with all the bikes and we're doing all the promo period. And for the last this is the 3rd week, we have put out 5+ videos a week every single week. Because the members on our WBRgarage.com, that's where you get entries to win the motorcycles that we build, they get videos a week ahead of time. So we had 1 week where it was regular YouTube videos, and we're putting out 2 to 3. That was close. And then the week after it, we started doing the shakedown video, the 10-minute build video, the first ride, and those have happened for 3 weeks in a row now. So
You want my tinfoil hat?
oh god.
I think that you're just trying to save money by lowering the amount of people you have to pay. So you're trying to send me to an early grade.
It's a long
You're
play.
trying to Kanye out of my contract.
Gotcha. We all know that I only know that because my wife has
Yes.
shown me
'Cause-
numerous.
yes, yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah. So Beau's been in massive edit duty, and to be fair, before that we were in massive film duty, and that was all around Thanksgiving.
I'm just in massive duty right
Yeah,
now.
just
Like
massive
that's I'm very tired.
Yeah.
I am super stressed, and if you guys don't know, my commute is like 3 hours total in a day. Ugh. And so I can't wait to get the fuck out of this building for a little while.
I get that.
So, and then start fresh without 3 fucking CBRs haunting our life. That's
Yeah.
been 90% of what we've been doing is CBR. All
Yeah.
the content that goes around it, all the social media content, all the posts, all the TikToks, all the Instagrams.
Actually, speaking of that, we can tell you guys we have so me and Ghost have been texting back and forth trying to figure out the Live on Two Wheels show schedule for the rest of the year, just so we can get ahead of some stuff. So Tuesday, December 20th, will be our technical last regular Live on Two Wheels episode. Heather and I are going to be going home on the 21st, so we have to do the show early. But on December 29th,
Yes.
2.5 years in the making, we will have the Live on Two Wheels WBR Garage Season 5 finale reveal of who wins what motorcycle. It is
Nice.
it's the last live show. So like we wanted to do kind of a cool recap show for Live on Two Wheels because we've done a full year of Live on Two Wheels in our current format. So we wanted to have like a best of episode, but we also have this, we thought it would be fun to do a live show, announcing the winners and stuff like that of all these bikes. So the 20th will be, December 20th is going to be our like Live on Two Wheels finale season episode, and then the 29th is a huge episode. I don't even know how that's going to go down, but if you guys still want to win the motorcycles, we have the CBR 600 and we have the CBR 300. Both of those are available to win. This is the last month though, so if you go over to WBRgarage.com, whatever you enter as your like amount, that is how many entries you will get.
You get double entries.
You
right
get
now.
double, but yeah. So like, but I'm saying like that one opportunity.
Put a $5 in, you're getting 10 entries.
Absolutely. I mean, at this point, it's the last month. You
Yeah.
might as well like throw it in as a fucking Hail Mary.
Didn't we
pass.
have one winner that was like had only been?
We did, yeah. I don't remember which season it was, but we had one guy. I think he had supported 2 months, so two entry periods, and he won one of the motorcycles. So like, you never know, because like it's entirely randomized. So a person could have literally like, I think the lowest amount of entries is 10, like a $5 in, and you get 10 entries. But yeah, you can still win one of the motorcycles. You can't win both because that's not fair. But yeah, it's totally randomized. So you guys go at
So
it.
fuck you if you have that kind of good luck.
God, that'd be shitty. I think the top link in the description of both live shows should be wbrgarage.com. So if you guys want a chance to win a motorcycle and have it delivered to you by us, we'll just show up.
Yeah, if you want to kidnap,
Somehow.
that's the way to do it. But we get money.
So you'd have to want to kidnap us and then get an entry and then be lucky enough to win, and then we'd show up and then you could kidnap us.
Just pure chaos.
Yeah, sounds like this show. Anyway, okay, so guys, that's all the housekeeping stuff. It's been a lot. We do still have some awesome content coming out the rest of the year. Honestly, it's not going to be as crazy as it's been the last 3 weeks, but we're going to end strong. It's going to be good times.
God willing.
God willing. So I think we have time right before the ad. Yeah, we have time before the ad. Okay, so guys, let's get to Path to Upgrade number 6. We've got a super fan in this time. I am super excited to do this, guys. So this week's Path to Upgrade, we have the one and only small bore and 2 wheels.
Yay.
All right, so I'm gonna give
Been around
everybody.
since like the very beginning of it.
Yeah, I can honestly, I mean, this isn't saying a ton because I can't remember shit, but I can't remember a time where small bore wasn't at some point like talking and commenting.
Yep.
So I'm really excited about this one. All right, so I'm going to give you guys the kind of the preamble of what small bore's been on, is currently on, and then we can we'll probably have time to get into our first suggestions.
I'd say we do the what he's got, like all the preamble for it, and then we go to the ad and then do all of our.
Oh, that's cool. Ghost, small bore has a channel, right?
He does. Yeah.
Can you pull a video and drop a link, and we'll give the preamble, show a video, we'll go to the ad, and then we'll rock through all the things.
Yeah.
All right, so this is small bore on 2 wheels. So he has a 2008 Honda Ruckus with a 150cc GY6 swapped motor and a 12x7 rear wheel and a 12x4 front. Other motorcycle he has is a 1971 Honda CT70 resto modded and with a Piranha 150cc motor. Come on, have it be a difficult path to a big boy bike. What a! I don't think we've ever had a setup of a person that we've chosen for Path to Upgrade in that kind of realm of things. So
It's definitely a funky.
before we get into it, how much
selection.
did that affect your choices, or did you just kind of like do your regular thing?
It wasn't the actual the fact that it was a Honda Ruckus or a CT70. It's what was done afterwards.
Interesting. Okay, we might be.
No.
We might. No, not even close. Okay, cool. All right, so let's. I don't want to jump into it just yet. Boom. Small bore on 2 wheels. Let's check the channel out real quick.
Uh-oh, don't suck. Pressure's on.
Oh no! Here we go. Here we go.
What's up, guys? This is Fast with Small Bore and 2 Wheels. If this is the first time here, welcome. If it's not, welcome back.
Bro, that's a Ruckus?
What is my channel
Yeah, dude.
about?
He's got the. It's
My
got the
channel
swap on it. The
is
GY6. We talking about
riding
the same
my
thing that
Ruckus
Moto had
every
his.
day and getting
Oh.
over the struggles of having a GY6 engine. Ooh, I know. The Chuckus engine, as a lot of the purists like to call it.
I'm scared for that Honda Accord wheel that he was passing. It was struggling.
There's a lot of things that are not Honda still on here. But one of the things is obviously the engine, and it's a GY6 150cc. There's a lot of issues. A lot of the purists, the Get riders.
These swapped ruckuses are hilarious.
Yeah, I remember. I didn't watch all of Motornosity's his ruckus build, but that thing came out sick.
In this channel, I have
Yeah, like West Coast. It's like it was huge.
Really?
Yeah.
I wonder why in West Coast.
The like swapped out, squatted, like big fat tires.
Right.
Yeah, it was like crazy huge over there.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
If you guys are interested.
I think they're cool. I had a ruckus.
Still learning.
Right.
It was a lot of fun. I mean, I lived like 5 minutes from my work, so I could just.
Oh, so it was like just mobbing around on a ruckus.
Yeah.
That's hilarious. All right, so this, I mean, like, how fast is a GY6 ruckus?
I mean, you're going street speeds.
Okay, so you're not doing highway. What if you would? Could you try?
You could probably do. It would feel like the Grom.
Oh, okay, that's a good point. Okay, that's fair. All right, so we got a GY6. Oh, bro, that is sick.
Oh,
That's
dude,
from his
that's
Instagram.
nice.
Bro, abso-freaking-lutely. There are so many questions I have.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Okay, that's I did not realize a GY6 ruckus looked so fucking cool.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's what you're currently, or that's what he's currently riding. And then he has the other CT70. So let's do the
show what a CT70 looks if people don't know, because it's interesting.
Okay, so a CT70 resto mod.
No,
so
you know, the resto mod is just what's done. It's been restored.
okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. So let me look up a CT70. All right, so this is the CT70. Oh, the little trail. Oh, bro, absolutely. Those things look dope as hell too.
Yeah.
So is this the original version?
The CT70 has several different models, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, so they just came out with the Trail 125. So this is what the Trail 125 was based on, like in the history.
The trail bikes started the life out as
my
little
God.
things like these.
How fucking adorable is that?
There's one with like the one I put in the thumbnail, which has like the almost Vespa style fairing on it and stuff.
Bro, look at the exhaust.
Yeah, but it's basically what the monkey is now.
Yeah, exactly. That's hilarious. Okay, cool. So that's what we're starting with. Let's bro, oh my god. That is the most adorable photo. You got all these regular ass motorcycles and then boom.
It's all squatted down. It's fucking.
I love that so much. Oh, this is it. Okay, cool. Gotcha. So let's go to the ad real quick, and that way we can get into these because I'm interested. I'm honestly very curious what you have in your thing. So guys, we're gonna jump to an ad super fast, and then we will we'll get into these picks. What's going on, guys? This episode of Live on Two Wheels is brought to you by Revzilla's RPM membership. What that is basically a membership program that only costs $60 a year, not a month, but a year, and you get a ton of rewards from it. It's kind of like Amazon Prime for Revzilla. So if you're buying a lot of motorcycle gear, especially on Revzilla, this could be really interesting for you. Check out all of the things you get for this. So you're gonna get free 2-day shipping and returns. You're gonna get 10% off exclusive brands. You're gonna get 5% cash back, period. Also, for you first-time members, you're gonna get $15 in cash back from the moment you get this membership. It's also gonna include early access to sales and phone lines and exclusive events. So if you're somebody that buys a ton of gear and could find a lot of value in this RPM thing, by all means, we'll have a link for you down in the description below. Thank you guys for supporting the show by going to that link. And thank you, Revzilla, for sponsoring this episode.
RPM membership also applies to Cycle Gear and J&P Cycles. There, I updated the ad.
We'll see you guys with the rest of the show. What's going on, everybody? Tisk, tisk, Bob.
Yeah, I know.
Also, guys, I forgot to tell you guys this earlier. We were doing some voiceover for ad stuff, and I got so frustrated with the microphone setup. Look at it. It doesn't mess up anymore.
I wanted it so badly to mess up when you just did that.
All right. Small bore. He needs to know what his picks are. You want to go first?
Sure, we can go pick one.
All right. Beau's pick one is.
It's not going to be a surprise to most people in this world.
That does make a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. So a brand new Honda Grom.
Honda Grom. So
MSRP 3499.
Again, okay, this is just knowing that I didn't know that that's what his Honda Ruckus looked like, but I had an inkling that it was one of Dim's. And so I'm thinking like, okay, Honda Grom, the guy clearly likes to tinker and can even throw something bigger in it if it desires.
They have a fairing on the front.
Yeah. This is a Goon Squad type of bike.
It is one Hundo P Goon Squad.
You know what I mean?
It is the most.
And as
fun
if you're just looking at the kind of bikes we saw, it's like, okay, these are fun. Doesn't care about raw power. Like, doesn't care about CC.
Power's out the game.
Right. You're just having fun. Even the swaps gives you more power, but you're still in a very limited realm of possibilities with those things. So clearly the fun isn't the bike, it is what you do with the bike.
This is very
and
true.
I've never seen a group of people riding on Groms that wasn't having legally
I think
the
you're
most fun I've ever seen.
I think you're scientifically unable to ride a Grom with one or more people and not have
Lose your
cheeks
fucking
hurt.
mind.
Also, how hilarious would it be? You know how we've been talking like I'm going to get an ADV bike in January? What if I come in on January and I have a Grom with this little lip on the front?
Bro, there's a guy out
How
there.
hilarious
There's a
would
guy
that
there
be?
when I was looking at the Pelican cases for turning a Pelican case into a top box.
Right.
He had done Pelican cases
I think you told me about that.
on his Grom adventure bike that he's building. It was super cool.
I love that so much.
It made the most sense in that world.
So you think he would go from these motorcycles that he's modified and get a brand new Honda Grom? Which one do you think he would get? Red, black, white, this crazy color one?
The crazy color one's pretty fucking cool.
I have no need for this motorcycle, but I got to tell you guys, in my heart right now, I feel a desperate need for this exact bike. I would do nothing to it. I want it just like that. I mean, maybe like, levers and shit, but like I feel like I need this
we're just going to have some fun on this thing. That's what this is about. And the price point is fucking stupid.
$3,500 and you get a brand new motorcycle.
Stupid easy get into, and it gives the rest of your money into just putting crazy shit on it. You know,
I'll tell you, if you guys like, this is motorcycle cheat code.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't ride yet, and you got buddies that want to ride, the most fun you can have per dollar is y'all all get Groms and y'all go ride around town once a week. I swear to God, you will have the most fun motorcycling. Actually, maybe don't do that, because then any other type of riding, you're going to be like, there's more power here, but like I'm laughing way less.
Yep. So
Grom's a good pick. I did not pick a Grom at all.
why do you question what you picked? All right. So what is your number one pick?
All right. So obviously CCs and power are thrown out the window. We're obviously talking about somebody that enjoys doing things on their motorcycle. Every motorcycle that he has is low CC and low to the ground. So I didn't want the person to change too much from what they're used to. So you guys know Craigslist is almost always my first go-to. I don't know why. I feel like I feel like most of the time I do nothing but Craigslist. I think part of it is because I enjoy looking at Craigslist. Also, there's an old Goldwing on there, and I'm pretty sure it's the same style Goldwing that people make into that like naked bike thing. Anyway, getting off topic. I didn't choose a Goldwing, but my first pick is a 2017 Honda Rebel 300.
Interesting.
Okay, so low to the ground, like low seat height, right? 300 cc's, so he's already got 150 cc on the Ruckus, so it is a bump, but I don't think it's going to be that big of a bump because it is a Honda, so the power is not like pushed. I think it'll be more fun to ride around with more power. It'll probably be really comfortable. I've never ridden the Rebel 300, so I can't directly talk to it. But it's a Honda, so he's not changing manufacturers. I don't know how the body position difference will change his riding experience, but some of the reasons I put down was the low seat height. Obviously, it's comfortable, big power jump from where he currently is, and great for cruising around like he's currently doing. The MSRP for this guy on Craigslist was $5,000.
Liquid cooled too, so like unlike the Bolt, it's an actually good commuter bike because it's got better heat management, and that is a little bit more in the maintenance department. But
Yeah.
trust me, anybody who hands you a air-cooled bike and says, "Hey, this is a commuter bike," clearly doesn't live in a city like we do.
Yeah, it's
So, that's a good choice.
Every time I do the scramblers, the Ducati Scrambler first rides, I'm like, please don't get a lot of traffic. Please don't get a lot of traffic. Fun fact, we've tried to do a first ride on a Rebel 300 at least 3 times this year. Every single time, they get sold right before we go in. To this point, I don't think I've ridden a Rebel at all because it's happened with the 1100
Have
too.
we seen a 500 up there or anything?
I think we've seen every level of it. We've seen the 3, the 5, and the 1100, and every time it gets sold. The good news is, I think
the good one too.
you guys have been telling me the Rebel's a solid platform, and luckily we may or may not have a communication with Honda for next year. So I'm really hoping we get some cool owner bikes. Maybe we can get a Rebel in here for a little while. I would love.
Nice.
I feel like I need to ride a Rebel. You know what I mean? Like I feel like I need to be a more well-rounded cruiser rider.
Small board just showed up, so
Small Boar's in here. That's amazing. That's
my first
perfect.
pick was a Grom. His first pick
was a Rebel 300.
300.
So argue about which one's better in the comments. All right.
It's a good. The 300's a good bike. It's a lot of fun. The seating position does change a little bit of how you ride compared to the other.
I mean, the seat looks super low, but I mean, like it might be just as high as the Ruckus, though. You know?
It's definitely a different feeling. I told you this before. Like, I was more of a hooligan on my Bolt than I ever was on my FC.
You don't have to tell me that at all. I was there. I saw.
So it's like, even though the body position is a little bit different, it just changes how you misbehave, basically.
Well, like another thing about it being a 300 is it's going to be super light, and if those are the bikes that he's currently riding, he's not ready for not that he's not ready, but like it's going to be a big change if you added a motorcycle with a lot of weight to it.
Yeah.
Because you can't you can ride those things just as dumb, but it's like the way I describe it on first rides is the heavier the motorcycle, the more serious it feels. Like
There's some more caution that you take into it because
because if you go to the side,
we were having
and you ain't ready for it.
this conversation about the no feet game, and I was like,
I have to play.
He's like, use your rear brake, and he's like, I don't like the feeling of not being able to put my foot out and catch myself. And
what bike was that on? Oh, it was on the CBR 600 because the rear sets were very not sticky, but like very like they stuck your foot in place.
Yeah. We were talking about that, but that kind of goes in that mindset when you add a bunch of like weight and stuff like that.
Right.
You become much more cautious when it's sitting still.
That even works for the same bike because if you remember when we were filming with Joe in his 890 Adventure R. Like, he had most of the time spent riding that motorcycle with no bags on it. And then when we went to film that day and he loaded all of his gear on that bike and it substantially increased the weight of the bike, like, he was like, this bike is literally a whole different motorcycle now that I have all this weight on it. Do you notice that with your Tiger when you have it fully loaded with stuff? That it, like, rides entirely differently?
Our bags sit much differently.
Oh, okay.
So mine tend to sit much lower than his.
Oh, so you got lower center of gravity and all that.
Yeah. So I barely noticed, even when it was packed out, like when I went on the trip to Helen and to the mountains.
Right.
Like,
couldn't tell?
Yeah.
So pack your shit low, basically.
I mean, yeah. You want it in front of a pro tip. You want your weight as low as you can get it on the bike and in front of the axles, in between the axles.
Huh.
Yeah. Then you'll notice.
I will probably have to ask you more about that come January.
Here you go. You can have that one for free, guys.
For free. Like you're a motorcycle consultant.
Yep.
All right, guys.
Next one's going to cost you.
Yeah, you get the first one for free. All right.
Number 2.
So Small Bore has to pay for this one.
Yep.
All right, so Beau's pick number 2. You started with a brand new Honda Grom. Next up, we have... Next up, Beau has a Kawasaki KLX 300 SM. Okay, explain this to me.
Yeah, we're still in that kind of world of like having fun and mobbing the streets, and it's got the same kind of vibe, but this one's got a little bit higher of a stance. This one's, you can
jump some shit with this. Like
Yeah.
you can jump curves.
I've ridden this thing. It's awesome. It's not going to win any. Like it's slow, but it's not like it's slow for.
I was about to say
for the road.
I have my WR 250, and yeah, it's slow, but like you don't want to go faster than that bike goes.
It's fun where it counts. It's a great bike, and this one's kitted out for some streetwear.
So it seems like you're leaning like super hooligan, like because I mean you can't go much more hooligan than Grom. But
the 300 gives you a little bit more. So now we're stepping into the. I'm not just going down the street. Like I can go across. I can go cross town. I can go. Like this is giving you a little bit more of that commuter vibe.
Yeah, this is not the direction I went, but I do feel it's super interesting.
And riding this thing, it's very compliant on the road.
Yeah, I would love to ride one of these.
Yeah, rode one in Texas, and I fell in love immediately. It's a great bike.
So what was the seating position like? Because you're pretty tall up, I would imagine.
It's not horrible. Like
but it's light.
I can flamingo, and it weighs pounds.
Like literally nothing.
So it's like this is still in that world of like fun small bike. It gives you a little bit more oomph. It gives you a little bit more distance, a little bit more travel, a little bit more everything.
Let's check this thing out.
And you can throw some throw over bags on it.
So I know why it's there, but can anybody tell me why in the shit you do the bag on the back? I know Suzuki does that.
Mostly for tools, if I'm not mistaken.
That's what I'm saying. I know why, but like.
And
was there no room under the seat? Because it looks like a fanny pack.
No,
and not in a good way.
I don't think there is, because you've got an air filter right there at crotch for most of these bikes.
Oh.
And if you put more under the seat, I think if I'm not mistaken, most of those are crammed down.
Yeah.
So you can get lower center of gravity while still being high clearance.
I guess if you already are going to be that high up, you really can't add anymore. Let's watch the press launch video. This bike looks fun as hell.
Yeah, it was loads of fun. I did not want to get off of it.
Bro, look at that little track. Oh my god. You know that would be fun.
Smaller 17-inch wheels, street tires, and then they've also
and I rode that SM version.
Yeah, we had a good time earlier in the day.
I rode the other one too, though, as well.
Yeah.
The non-supermoto version.
I would love to ride this thing on the street. I bet that is so fun.
Yeah.
And in a city, like in a setting like that long
you
straight.
Immediately, when I got on it, I immediately wanted to be like, I want to get in trouble right now.
See, that's the problem. That's the same thing with my WR250. Like you almost don't give a shit because and I've had that happen before where I've done some questionable things and the cop comes up and he's just like, hey,
it's Jen.
Hey, can you not? And I'm like, oh yeah, absolutely.
Shout out Jen from Revzilla.
I'm really sad that we don't have a conversation with Kawasaki.
You're going from large off-road oriented wheels that kind of
this is a.
It just perks everything up.
It feels like a 50-pound bike when you're riding it.
Oh yeah,
like even your bike, you feel a little of the weight of that front end on yours. The WR, it does not feel like a light bike. I mean, it feels like a light bike compared to other motorcycles.
Right.
But you get on it and you're like, oh, this is substantial. I felt like I was riding on a bicycle.
I mean, that's the way I describe my WR. Like, it literally feels like a bicycle to me.
Like, even compared to your WR, I felt like this felt lighter.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun. We rode around on their little closed course thing they had for the demo rides. And the whole time, I'm just like, I want to get in trouble. Like that's what I want out of my life.
Let me go to some
Jake,
downtown
I had
situation.
Jake behind me getting yelled at because he's popping wheelies. I was like, I want to do that too, but I can't because he's brought too much heat.
That's hilarious. That's a great bike, especially if you are used to riding on like city streets and stuff. I could totally see that.
So we go from like, okay, we got the fun, fatty tired, scooter. Then we go into a Grom, gives us we can edge out a little bit more performance out of it, still do all the cool shit that people do to those things.
Yeah, as far as a ride, the Honda Grom's not going to add anything, but it's going to be a different experience from what he had.
But then it's like the next step is like, okay, let's go into a little bit more of the.
I love how you so you're like. The Honda Grom is like the ticket to Hoon, and it's like, hey, try this. You're like a motorcycle drug dealer. You're like, hey, try this.
First one's free.
Try this Hoon stuff out with the Grom, and then he's like, the Hoon stuff's fun. I like this. Oh, you like the Hoon stuff, do you?
Yeah.
Here,
here's a
KLX 300.
Number 3. This is gonna be fun. So, what was your number 2 pick there, bud?
My number 2 pick. If I'm gonna be honest, I really love the path you're going. This you're just pushing people to Hoon more. But all right, so just as a reminder, my pick 1 was the Honda Rebel 300, found in 2017 on Craigslist. I'm pushing for bigger bike, but still low seat height, and then manageable power. Pick 2, straight out of my heart.
I knew
2007.
I knew.
2007.
I 100% knew that you were going to do this.
SV650.
There was no chance on this episode that you weren't going to do the SV.
Okay, so
that's hilarious.
Let me explain why. The reasons I put down the SV650. I have said this before. I will always say it.
I almost put the SV.
It is
list.
an amazing motorcycle. And if I'm going to be really particular, I'm talking about the older ones. I picked a 2007. I did not pick a brand new SV650. I don't know what happened in between the 2005 one that I had and these new ones.
The Gladius. That's what happened.
Maybe. The new ones do not have the feeling that these 2005, 2006, 2007 have, in my personal opinion. But this 2007, it's an amazing motorcycle. It comes in at a great price. This 2007 is only $3,500. If I'm gonna be real, $3,500, that's got me thinking about buying this motorcycle.
Yeah.
It's a phenomenal price. It's old enough to probably need a little bit of work on it.
Yeah.
But it's a naked, so everything's exposed, so you don't have to do a ton of work on it.
Do we know what a new SV goes for?
I can look that up here in a minute.
It's like 8.9 or something like that.
Yeah. So I mean, honestly, it's the SV's always been a good value bike, but a used one, phenomenal value.
Yeah.
So these bikes, even when I had them, were incredibly common. So parts are going to be super easy and cheap to get. I know this for a fact because your boy might have wrecked it multiple times and had to replace lots of parts. So there is a power jump from the Rebel to the SV650, but I still think it's going to be really manageable power. The MSRP, by the way, for a brand new SV650 is $7,749.
Yeah.
That's, what is that, 4,000 more, a little over 4,000 more than this 07. Thank you, guys.
Which is still a manageable price.
Still a good price, yeah. So the big change for this choice for me is going to be, obviously, I don't want to put him on an uncomfortable motorcycle, but I honestly feel like if he enjoys the ruckus, I think you're going to really enjoy an upright naked. And the reason I chose, the reason I stayed on Craigslist.
It makes sense. It makes sense because that kind of, I mean, we're in like almost goonland, right? It's like I don't want to be crunched up in hyper attack mode.
Yeah. I get power is not a thing. The only thing I'm considering power in my picks is I don't want a too big of a power jump. I want somebody to kind of smoothly go up the power.
Yeah. You don't want to just ram it in there. You got to ease it.
Jesus Christ. I will say the SV650 does have enough torque and power to bite you in the butt.
Yeah.
I had multiple situations. It always happened to me in the wintertime when I had those thick gloves on. I remember the place, I was on a highway overpass over by the Porsche, whatever it's called. This is a lot younger, Chase, but I was doing like a night run thing, and I had gone down the highway too much, and I was turning around. I had, you know how you ride in the cold. You're all puffed up and shit. Couldn't feel the clutch, and I was brand new. This is my first bike. I'm giving it throttle, and I couldn't get my glove because my fingers were so damn cold. I couldn't get my fingers to open up. But this was dumb brain. I was still giving it throttle and still trying to you know how like typically it's let clutch out, give gas, and you just go. My idiot ass was like, I'll keep giving it gas as if I'm giving it clutch. And let me just tell you, going from not moving to about low to mid-level throttle, and then your fingers yoink.
Yeah.
That bike went straight up. Don't know how I didn't dump it, but it was one of the scariest things I did on a motorcycle before I wrecked it 3 times in one day in the mountains.
You
sack of shit. So I think the SV62 is going to be a great bike, and it also provides a platform for him to do modifications on.
Yeah.
Clearly, the guy likes working on his shit.
Yeah.
And I just think that's a great bike. I mean, look at this photo. The exhaust is literally nothing to be removed. If we're all going to be honest, I'm looking at these photos so I know if I need to go buy this motorcycle or not.
Well, the way that the engine is laid into the frame makes it a lot more accessible as far as working on it and stuff like that.
This is honestly a really cool bike.
Yeah.
I get the feels. Got a little Two Bros exhaust on it. You can tell this bike's been ridden too.
Yeah.
Like this guy is, look at it, got a fucked up seat and everything.
There
Hell
are
yes.
2 bikes that if you are looking to buy, good luck finding one in mint condition.
Look at this. Comes with tires. Bro, you're set.
One of those bikes is the SV650. The other one is the RC51. I've seen one RC51 that wasn't completely clapped out.
RC51. I'm not familiar with this.
Yeah, you are.
Oh, I am. Take it back.
You never see these things that aren't just absolutely clapped the fuck out.
I can confirm anybody I've seen with an RC51, this is one of those motorcycles, if a dude rolls up in this, there is a 99% chance, like, dude rides.
Yeah.
Like, dude does not mess around.
When you're looking for,
at least in my experience,
for motorcycles, there's more, of course, but like these 2 bikes stand out to me as the SV650 and the RC51. It's like I was surprised one day and I saw a guy buying one down the street and it was in mint condition.
Oh no shit!
He was at a gas station and he was walking up to it and I pulled up on my bike and I was like, oh, this is a nice looking RC51.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, I just bought it because it looks like this. And apparently the guy has owned it. He bought it brand new and then kept it in a garage and just maintained.
I love that these motorcycles, they're beasts that will not be tamed, and they will not let you keep them in a garage. They find their way to get onto the street.
So hilarious. But yeah, SV650 is a
good, these are like, this is like a throwback episode. Dude, look at the headlights.
Yeah.
I'd love to have one of these.
I like the RC51.
Dude, I'm
the
really...
radiator thing is a dumb design, especially for considering if you reckon it, that's a lot of damage.
So like
that's a lot of damage.
So if we were to do one of these for WBR Garage, did you grab the fly?
That was a gnat.
So like realistically, if we were to do an RC51, like we would have to like bring it back to original.
It would just be a
resto. Yeah, that would be all it is. That's such a good bike.
Yeah, like you can't do anything but make that look as if it was brand new.
I can't try for the fly because I don't have chopsticks.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, SV650. That's where I'm going.
Easy.
Bro, for $3,500, I really want to contact this guy. Is it too early to buy the Season 7 WBR Garage?
This turned out to be a Chase's pass upgrade.
Listen, either let me buy motorcycles or let me show you why you should have a multi-strada. Okay, right. That's my game.
So I've got a little bit to talk about before because
You've got the preamble.
All right.
Please.
So my pick 3.
Okay.
I took a lot of things into consideration for it.
Like what?
Well, like I'm following this
path,
right? And I wanted something because we're going more towards the street. We're going more towards that. So like commuter.
Okay.
That's where a commuter that can have fun.
So you've basically you've maxed hooned on your
now
tail
you want
legs.
a little bit hoon and a little bit more of the practicality of it.
Okay.
So you don't want to give up the ability to hoon.
You want to be able to hoon, but you don't have to hoon, because you almost can't not hoon on your pick 1, which is a Honda Grom, and pick 2, which is a KLX 300 SM. You cannot not.
Right. So there are a few things I took into consideration.
Okay.
And that is the platform that it's on, its intended use, not its stated intended use, right? So you're going to see...
Not what the manufacturer tells you to do.
You're going to see it, and you're like, oh, okay, of course. But they're going to tell you it's for one thing, but the metrics kind of tell a different story. And, and then we'll go into that once you open it up.
Big moment.
This was going to be an SV650.
Oh, interesting. But instead, it was a... Beau's pick 3 is... Okay. We got a 2023 V-Strom 800DE Adventure. And I think... Let me just comment that I'm almost confirmed that Instagram listens to you, because the amount of V-Stroms that have been put my way has increased dramatically since we did the EICMA video.
So my picks were between this, the new 8S, the SV650,
right,
and then an MT-09.
We were very we somehow went in different directions, but we ended on pick 3 in the same mentality.
So I didn't want to go full sport. I wanted the SM is great.
Your Kawasaki pick 2.
Yeah, is great for the having fun. But what that does, for at least for me, is I'm like, oh, I'm able to go a little bit further. Maybe I threw a couple of like throw over soft bags.
Right.
You're
talking on the SM.
On the SM, taking a little trip, and I'm like, oh, this is nice. I can still do the fun shit.
Yeah. And
you can get a wheel kit for pretty cheap to throw knobbies on it on the SM. So you're like, oh, I can do a couple things. Now, the DE Adventure
is stepping into a whole new ballgame with that. It's
stated as a full adventure bike, but there is one detail that we missed out on when we did the episode on
interesting
the EICMA with this. The V-Strom DE, the 800DE, has a 17-inch rear wheel instead of an 18. It does have a 21-inch front wheel.
Interesting.
The 17-inch rear wheel is a more road-biased wheel size.
Okay.
So there's a balance that they're playing. Every piece of kit that they show for this is all off-road and adventure touring and blah, blah, blah.
Right.
But I think that this would make a great like sport touring bike.
Yeah.
That is capable of doing the fun hoon stuff. Like you take off the cases and whatnot.
You lighten it up.
It's no more than it's roughly, I wanted to say it's like 510 or 501 pounds wet.
Right.
So you're looking at the T7 Transalp area in that ballpark.
Right.
Small. It's not lightweight. It is definitely a middleweight.
Right.
It's got good power numbers. We don't know a price for this one yet, but it's Suzuki. Now we know what we know about the way that they're changing focus into their like forward-facing consumer grade motorcycles instead of focusing on race. And this has got their
brand new parallel twin.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I was like, this would be a great. I'm gonna go and take those longer trips.
Yeah.
And not feel uncomfortable or whatever. I'm gonna have all the cool shit that I need.
I mean, at the 800
and then
level,
go fucking
at the 800 level, because like the 300 level, you're still in situations where there's styles of riding that, not that you can't do. I do think the 300 level opens and everything.
There's a lot of guys that swear by small, like 300 and 400s for BDRs.
Oh, I can totally see that. Because you can get over a lot of stuff with that.
So like there is a world where that's a thing, and that I also thought about that, but I'm thinking like if I'm following this path, for me it's like we're having some fun tinkering, getting a little bit more serious about it. Now we're like on the road more, we're doing longer distances. Now we're having a lot of fun on the SM.
You're also gaining confidence in the style of riding that you're doing.
You're also getting introduced to more and more of the street stuff and the commuting and the traveling. So it's like, then for me, the next iteration was like going into an adventure touring or a sport touring bike, or a naked bike that can go dad mode. And that's why I was thinking in those worlds.
No, I see that. And this bike is also going to give him the availability to do stuff that he has not been able to do before. With that stretched out ruckus, that's an asphalt only situation. The Honda Grom, I would not take that thing off road, but like you could probably like mess around with it. The KLX SM is not going to be off-roadable, but you get something like this. And like you said, with the SM, you could put knobbies on it and go do that. But you're going to be
so much more capable. This opens up a world of possibilities with, because like I said, it was a hard choice between sport touring and like the naked dad mode stuff.
Yeah, like my MT-10.
And this. Because I was like, I mean, honestly, like riding around on adventure touring bikes and seeing how capable they are on road.
At literally everything.
Yeah, and it's just, it was a no-brainer. We can have so much fun on the road on those bikes, just as much as the smaller like supermotos and stuff like that. But then at a moment's notice, just go flick and then you're off.
Yeah. So
and it's got great tech and it's got all the fun stuff.
That's one of the things I'm really excited for about the V-Strom.
And it's one of the big four. So we're looking at a good reliability, great
we hope
great dealer network, great aftermarket support, and like I said, we don't know what the MSRP is just yet.
Right.
But knowing what we know about how they're changing their focus, we can expect it to be competitive or better.
I mean, that's one of the that kind of like comes with the Big Four thing. Like most Big Four bikes, and for you guys that aren't familiar, Big Four, we're talking about Suzuki, Kawasaki, Honda, and Yamaha. So it's going to be competitively priced. The dealer network is super solid. So one of the things that this bike is going to give him options for is like what the hell? So the 300 class, I was going to say, is like, as far as in the US, a 300 will allow you to do anything, but it's not necessarily going to be fun to do a lot of things. Yeah. You're not going to want to tour on a 300.
There's a ceiling.
Yeah, like can you tour on a 300? Absolutely. You can tour on smaller than that. But I do feel like you need a little bit more power sometimes. So I feel like this is the first bike where, in your lineup, where it's going to be like any type of riding, and I literally mean any type of riding.
It's not going to be an obscene amount of power.
No.
Like, so we look at like the Pan Am. That's an obscene amount of power.
1250 is a lot. Like we said it multiple times while riding them. It's like, why? When would I do this?
I like my 900 because it's enough to have some fun. And then it doesn't allow me to like go well beyond my capabilities.
Dude, I've told you, I think I told you last show, like the 800, 900 range.
It's kind of a sweet spot.
I personally feel like it's the perfect place between weight and power and literally everything. I'm really loving the 800.
Yeah, the other big one that I was looking at with this, when it came down to it, was the 8S, the new Suzuki 8S.
So I almost put that as my pick too, but the only reason I went with the SV instead of the 8S is because he does seem to like working on things. So a brand new thing for a pick 2, I didn't want to go that way. One thing that's really interesting.
You can get the 800 DE and then introduce yourself into the world of Farkles, because you won't be tinkering, but you'll be adding.
Yeah, you still get to add stuff, but you just don't have to fix things.
Yeah.
One of the things that I've never really thought about until I watched your progression up is, and I've been in this situation. I didn't do this either. Why don't more people go from supermoto to ADV bike? That seems like the most natural progression.
I think they do. I think a lot of at least most of the ADV riders that I've met have been riding dirt their whole life, and so like those kind of bikes are.
Well, so like it could have been like my friend group at the time, but like I feel
your
like
friends didn't ride supermotos because they were into dirt bikes. They rode supermotos
for Hoonigan.
That's it.
Shit.
Yeah, because somebody saw somebody doing that on a dirt bike on the road, and then we're like, oh well, let's go.
Yeah.
That's literally it.
I just found that super. Like all of my buddies, we were all riding supermotos, and then we all went super sport.
Yeah.
Which is it's kind of like you had the ADV bikes right there. You could have just take your Hoonigan bike,
because you were
get bigger.
You guys were interested in
doing dumb shit,
swinging dongs over there, and just measuring stuff.
I honestly think your progression is really interesting. I
always have a theme to my.
Yeah, no, I mean, I feel like we both have a theme, but we very often pick different themes. Okay, so or did you want to add anything?
No, that's it. I just like I said, I think that it's a great bike, and it made sense, and in at least for my progression.
Yeah, that was a super fun progression. Okay, so just to remind you guys, my pick 1 was the used Honda Rebel 300. Kept the seat low, slight power bump. Pick 2, I went with a used 2007 SV650. Little bit more of a power bump, still something really fun to do more work on. I don't think he'd be doing a lot of work on a Honda Rebel, but the SV kind of brings back the doing work on the bike. Now, being a person that I've had that period of time where like I really wanted to work on my bike, I eventually progressed to be like, I just want to go out and ride my shit. I don't want to have to like, it's fun to have a project bike, but I've been in a point where I had a project bike.
But not if your project bike is also
is your only bike. When your project bike is your only bike, that's when it gets into, you have days where like you have a stressful week at work and you have a great weather on the weekend. You're like, I just want to go to the mountains. I don't want to have to wonder if.
Sometimes you just want to ride.
Yeah, sometimes you just want to ride. So in my opinion, by pick 3, small bore is like, dude, I just want something fun. I just want to go ride, and I want to enjoy what I'm doing. I actually, and maybe for the first time ever in a path to upgrade, I went down in a CC. So I
kind of was getting this vibe. It's one of the ones I looked at from a middle pick.
So for my pick 3, I went with a brand new CBR 500R with ABS. My reasonings I wrote down is dude's been working on stuff for a while at this point. He's gonna swap to I just want a bike that to just ride.
Yep.
So the big jump for me for pick 3 was the price, because this is the first brand new bike that I put in here. So price wise, I'm jumping from a used $3,500 SV650.
I'm gonna be honest, I don't ever pay attention to the price.
Really?
Don't care.
Well, so the price jump up is up to a $7,200 500.
That's for small bore to figure out.
Yeah, that's his problem. I mean, I try to look at it as a whole situation. So the price jump is pretty big, but it's a brand new Honda, and as long as you keep up with your maintenance, like your oil changes, make sure your tires stay inflated correctly. Let's be honest. The bike's gonna ride forever.
you could also just not do any of that, and it'll still run for some reason.
Okay, so yeah, if you guys are not if you guys haven't been following since we started our WBR Garage season, sorry to get back on WBR Garage, 2 of the bikes that we started with had engine problems.
One of them hot diarrhea all over the floor when we ran it.
One of them hot diarrhea on the floor. So our CBR 300, we bought it for $300 because the guy that we bought it from was like, the shop I took it to said it has engine problems, and I can't afford the engine problems, but the shop won't give me my bike back until I pay them the $300 like fee for diagnostic. And he's like, if you pay the fee, you can have the bike.
So if you ever get charged $300 for a diagnostic, don't ever go back to that place again.
Yeah. So we got that bike, and we got it back to the shop knowing it had engine problems.
Yeah.
We
fired it up.
So we wanted that dramatic, like it's a 300. We were like, okay, cool. Let's kill it on camera. So we got all the cameras going. We got, and we, God, it was in my old neighborhood. I'm sure my neighbors hate me, but we went out in my garage and just full throttled it, not moving. And it ran and ran to the point that I was like, hey, we're going to get the cops called. We need to stop.
Yep.
It would not die.
Yep.
We opened the engine up, and it is full of oil and metal.
Yeah.
The engine was running.
Yeah.
Totally fine.
Is that the 300?
300. That was the 300. Yeah.
Okay.
So, and it was a lot. So that happened. Like, so these Honda engines, so like one of the things Honda gets like hit on is, oh, the bike's doesn't feel as powerful. But I think what Honda does is like, it's like, we're gonna hold some power back, but our shit's gonna run for fucking ever.
Like Yamahas tend to run regardless of. It's one of those things where like if something's fucked up in a Yamaha, it won't run. But as long as everything's good, it'll run no matter fucking what.
But that's the thing though, they stay pretty good though.
Yeah, Hondas will run even if it's fucked up.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, my WR250 has not been treated great, and it runs.
I bet you if I went home right now and started at the Bolt, it would fire up first try.
Yeah, absolutely. That's the same way.
It's been sitting there since like the beginning of this year.
I thought you were gonna say of time, like the beginning of time.
It's been sitting there since it's here, the beginning of this year.
Yeah.
And I guarantee you it would crank up, even with bad gas.
I feel the same way. My WR, I could probably go home. Yeah. Like it could start raining. I could open the gas cap and fill it with like rainwater and half gas, and that bike would be like.
That's it. It's all good. I like my watery gas.
Oh, watery gas.
No, Honda's a good pick. That's why
I did realize I chose 2 out of 3 Hondas.
Yeah,
so there's that.
It's another reason I didn't choose a Honda for another one because I'm like, all right, let's see what else is out there. And then when I saw the SM, I'm like, oh, I remember having such a good time on that. I did look at the 500 as a. I've ridden the 500 and it's a
dude. The 500 is so good. The 650 is so good.
Yeah.
I was going when I went onto the Honda website. Sorry, I was actually originally gonna put the CBR 650R on here, but that thing is $9,100.
That's a lot of dollars.
Yeah, and I've ridden both of these motorcycles, and is the 650 a better bike? Absolutely, but I don't think it's worth $2,000 more.
Yeah, like they're roughly the same kind of feel as far as like.
Yeah, you're gonna have.
You're changing the body position a little bit. I'd have to say I'm not surprised actually that you chose this.
I do feel like the only potential issue I could see with him going with a 500 is the body position is a little more aggressive. You've got clip-ons on the 500. Here, I can show you guys some photos of it.
All right, so we do have.
No, I want to read some stuff from Smallbore after this and see what he thinks of it. So, guys, this is the CBR 500. As you can see, it does have clip-ons. It is a slightly more sport bike motorcycle, so that could cause some issue. And obviously, you got a lot of fairings here. So if you are going to do work on it, you got all the fairing bullshit to deal with. But I think this is a solid bike. It looks great. And I think you're going to get better performance out of the CBR 500 than you would an SV650.
It's a lot more fun.
Yeah, I think it's a great bike.
As we've discovered in the last several years, super aggressive bikes tend to be only fun in very specific situations. And then the rest of the time, you're just like, I wish I wasn't on this fucking bike.
All right, so I was trying to move these around so everybody could see them, but for some reason my mouse is not moving these. Do you see that? Look at that.
It's because, all right, so we have a fun thing happening right now where it says that you're in it, but you're also in it.
Wait, can I move this one? I can't move any of them.
There's
cool. They are locked.
They're.
Oh, wait, did you lock them, Ghost?
Yes, for formatting, so you wouldn't mess it up.
Oh, good man. You're smart. Okay, so I want to jump in the chat and see what Smallbore thinks, because we actually have him on the show. Can you read that?
Yeah. So let me bring it up here because
this is such a cool moment. We don't normally have the person we do Path to Upgrade on here on watching live.
All right, so I think overall inside, more with me.
That's fair.
But here is his book of an explanation.
Oh, this is okay. So this is from Smallbore in the chat. Mm-hmm. So go at it.
For my first choice, I would lean closer to Beau's chosen bike, except he would do a monkey and modify it like the one that Rodney has.
Gotcha. Okay,
so
cool.
Same kind of idea.
Yep.
So
absolutely.
The SV650 is a good second choice, since it would have a lot of aftermarket options. But I may go with an MT-07 to continue joining on road. Which
I do not think that's a bad move at all.
I fought with adding that on my list.
I had the same thing. The MT-07 would have, like, I think both of us were kind of like, flirting with that one?
For some reason, it seems like the good path from a mini hoon to a big boy hoon, while also riding it on the road, but still not so much power that it'll get in trouble as fast as an MT-09. So that's why the MT-07. Third, the V-Strom looks so freaking good.
Right.
So many options, and I can engage dad mode on it. LOL, hashtag Adventure Bros. I'd probably choose an ADV just because it looks like so much fun. Hey, spoiler alert, it fucking is. Because you get
ADV is the cheat code. We've been trying to tell you guys.
I know we keep slamming in on the ADV content and the ADV bikes, but like literally, I ride my Tiger like a street bike, and then on the off chance that I go to an off-road thing, I always am in like that mode, like, oh, this is a street bike, blah, 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 because I'm riding on the street every day.
Right.
And then it's a fucking blast. And me and Chase T, when we went camping on that trip that got cut short, we were nighttime riding off-road, and I was having the time of my life.
Absolutely not.
The next day, we went all these crazy little spots, before we went to lunch. It was so much fun. And then I was just like, okay, well, I got a thing I got to take care of. I got to leave early. So I had like a 3-hour ride back.
Yeah.
And I put it in rain mode and put my windscreen all the way up and just chill. It's a fucking cheat code. There's so much fun. Went on that thing with Triumph. I've gone on to all these different rides off road, doing some stuff that like I had no business doing.
That was me on the Desert X launch. I was like, I hope they don't find out, because I should not be.
It really is. Like, if you're into like just going out and experiencing riding, and you don't care about like even the little guys like the T7s and stuff like that. It's like, if you don't care. The beauty of this is, and here's why I ended where I
your magnum opus to
where
the
I
ADV
ended.
riding.
This is why I ended where I ended. Huh? Okay. This is why I ended up where I ended up, because I look at the trajectory, like the things that are important to you as a rider. For me, and you know this about me, and it seemed to be for him as well, it's not about like, oh, going fast, all the power, got to show people
it's
that
clearly
like,
not for a small bore for sure.
And it's like, at that point, you've shown me as a rider that like you care about riding and experiencing the thing that riding brings to you,
right,
more than showing up and showing out for other people around you to say, look at how big my nuts are, that kind of thing, where it's like, oh, I've got 180 horsepower and blah, 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 and I've done a bill fit. No, it's like, hey, let's just go have some fun.
Yeah.
And knowing that by looking at the kind of, it's not like, oh, I have a ruckus. Like, that's a dope-ass picture. You're clearly proud of it. You should be. It looks dope.
Yep.
So it's not a thing where this is the thing that you have, so you're making the best of it. No, you enjoy it. You love working on it and making these things. You did a resto mod on an old CT7, like an old C70. You're the kind of guy that wants to tinker. You're the kind of guy that wants to ride and experience. So in that world, I don't care about numbers. I don't care about horsepower and torque. I care about how the bike feels and what I can do on it and who I can do that with. Yep. And at the end of the day, there's literally like one kind of fucking bike that it incorporates. And it turns out a year ago, I found an answer to that, and it's it's ADV bikes. It literally is a fucking cheat code. I don't understand why it took me so long, and I was obsessed with dirt bikes as a kid.
Yeah,
obsessed. I touched them for a little bit. Had one stolen from me as in my late teens. Yeah. Never touched it again. And if I had known what I know now about riding, I would have been like, oh yeah, there's no
right. I think the thing about the ADV bikes, and I also want to comment on the MT-07 thing based on what he was saying, but I think the reason we enjoy ADV bikes and riding them is that the ADV bike is the thing that it's one of the only bikes, like truly only bikes, that can literally do everything, but it's not great at anything.
Yeah.
But you don't realize how cool that is to be able to ride the same bike and it do, like, I can't ride my MT-10 off-road, right? I will never do that. I mean, I could, but like realistically.
Yeah.
Whereas an ADV bike with a couple wheel changes can tour, can ride hard in the mountains.
I'm on 50/50s right now.
Yeah, like you can even do tires like that. But
no, I'm saying like I the same tires that have taken me down that steep ass baby-headed cliff to the river traversal has also taken me to Florida and takes me to work every day. Those are the same tires.
So like that's I
You know what I mean?
I
Like,
think there's a special
that's the
place
beauty
to
of
do
it
them.
is that you're not going like, okay, well, I guess I'll put on I'm going on dirt wheels today.
Yeah, I didn't mean it
Because
as
you
if
can
you have to
literally
change wheels and
you
everything.
can literally. This is the beauty of these kind of bikes is that you can literally just be like, what the limitation is my imagination and what I have to do tomorrow. Like
No, yeah, truly.
And so I look at that, and then you look at the smaller ones. The reason I like the middle weights,
Right.
is because they are also going to be super like, malleable on an everyday situation. Like that, my bike right now in traffic doesn't suck.
Yeah. Well,
You look at my path and you can see that clear. Like, oh, we're having fun.
right.
Now
I can still.
we're
but-
still hoonigan,
Right.
but we're also like,
Well, like
said, dead
I
mode.
do want people to take into consideration, and this happens on my MT10 to a degree, but I imagine it'll happen even more when I get an ADV bike. My MT10 can do a lot right now.
Yeah.
Anything on asphalt, that bike is great. I've toured for like days at a time, and it somehow does a good job. That comfort seat is great.
I
But
do wish
also,
that your MT10 had the little. The only thing I can call is a dick seat. You know how some seats they come up.
oh god,
They come up a little bit.
I know what you're talking about, but
That's the only thing I wish is that yours had that.
well, so
I kept
there
ramming
is.
my nuts into your tank.
I wish I'd never heard that. There is a specific enjoyment you get out of having a motorcycle that is very multi-purpose.
Mm-hmm.
I find that I enjoy my MT10 because like we've been doing a couple of we've been planning videos, so I've had to be like thinking about my MT10 in a certain way. And I've realized one of the things I love about that motorcycle is like it can take on the world with me, and that's a big deal for me.
You don't have to sit and think about whether or not I'll be able to do that thing.
So I'm at because I don't own an ADV bike right now.
That literally is the biggest thing that I take away from owning a bike
Tiger?
the Tiger in that way is because like now it's like, oh, I don't have to sit there and go like, oh, well, I don't know if that bike will blah, blah. It's just like, hey, do you want to go do this thing? And I'll be like, fuck yeah, let's do that thing.
Exactly.
Like, like I said, the same bike that's taking me over water crossings and in the mountains on
You can
forest
tour on
roads.
it.
I went
Do whatever the hell you
7.5 hours to Florida
Good God.
on highways. Yeah. It's one of those things like when next year when we do all this ADV content, it's like, oh, the limitation isn't the condition of the road or the bike.
Yeah, it's us in time. Yeah.
Yeah.
So one of the things just to touch on real quick with the MT07, because he was talking about like hooning and stuff like that. Just know that the MT07 is a super hoon bike, but it's street only. You're not going to really want to be hopping curbs with that thing. You're not going to be exploring to the degree that I think you could on the KLX 300 SM. It just doesn't have the ground clearance because like ground clearance is the type of thing where like in Atlanta, there's some curbs that it's asphalt, curb, and then there's a big rut.
Yep.
If you do that on something like an SV650 or an MT07, you're going to bottom out, and then you're going to run the risk of having an engine issue. So just keep that in mind.
Discord.
Quick hit of Discord. Okay, so that's all we got. We are going to go to Discord.
Also, thank you, Small Boy.
Yeah, thank you for being
love
here,
you.
Small Boy. We really appreciate that. All right, so Randrew, we have that. I can't lie. That looks like so much damn fun.
Let me see. What do we got? The scooter?
The scooter wheelie situation.
Bro, I was tearing up that fucking scooter
I'm
in that
so
warehouse.
glad that there's no scooter company that has given us a scooter with rear wheel drive because that would be a problem.
Yeah.
Scooter Bros. Woo!
Nice.
Oh,
yeah. Wheelie on the old man.
That's also
Oh,
terrifying.
All right, we got some sign language. That's bullshit. It's literally a bowl, and then you do the shit at the back.
Oh my god, that makes so much sense.
Yeah, it's pooping bowl. I don't know.
So did you guys hear the news?
Yanto's got 501.
Congrats,
total.
Yanto, on
Nice.
501 subscribers. By the way, shout out to Yanto. Actually got to meet Yanto on Monday, I think. I
Yep.
went up to do the first. No, it was Tuesday. I went up to ride, do the first of our CBR 600. I rolled past Yanto and I hear like Chase, and I was like, "Oh, cool! Somebody knows me here." And I was like, "Hey, man, what's going on? I'm Chase." And he was like, "Hey, I'm Yanto," and I'm like Yanto? He goes, "Yeah," and I was like, "Holy shit!"
Yeah.
Supposedly he has a video coming.
Yeah.
So
Nice.
we have a photo we'll show next week.
Such a nice dude.
Yeah, super
He's
nice.
such a nice dude. Got to ride up. He was on the trip to.
Oh, there we
Yeah.
go. Look, this is the photo that you will see coming to a channel near you.
He was
He's
on
got the right camera
He
set
was
up.
on a ride up to S'moretown.
All right, so we're getting Yanto to 1,000 subs now. So look at all the emojis.
Remember,
goodness
there's a
gracious.
Oh, that's awesome.
That is hilarious.
That's so great. Where's
my path to update? There it is.
nice?
I want to see
So somebody was talking about this in the next photos. Is a Zeus custom. They're like
what are these?
They're like bobbed out little guys.
What do they start as though?
Who
Bro,
fucking
this.
knows?
Oh my God!
Yeah.
I need this.
All right. Well, Zeus custom. If you're out there.
Bro,
listening to us,
tell me what I have to do.
He is talking about what looks like a supermotoed off-road version of this. What do we got here?
Look at this. A giant fly on the wall. Come at me, bro.
Man, if flies were that big,
Dude, I'd be scared. I
would
wouldn't leave the house.
Literally burn this fucking place to the ground.
Ask the Discord if a certain Goonie needs a path to upgrade. We can do Goonie. Yeah. We'll do Goonie. We'll do you for season 3. You'll be you can do our first path to upgrade. Cool. All right, we got out at 6. Look at us being good. Dude, I need to sell my WR, and I need to get a Zeus Customs little. Is this a Grom?
I think it's a monkey.
Monkey.
Bro.
Yeah. Zeus Customs.
Please contact me. How much do you think I could sell my WR for? Do you think I could sell it enough for enough?
It's a WR250
X, a very rare model these days.
Yep.
All right, so everybody, I need you to spread the word. I'm selling my WR, and I need enough money to buy a Honda Monkey and make these modifications.
If you guys
so I can
are
have
interested, I'm thinking about selling my Bolt.
This is just a sell motorcycles.
No, I mean, I'm
show.
legitimately, if one of you guys want it and can come pick it up.
You can't say that
cash
because
in
then
hand.
people aren't going to think I'm serious about selling my WR. I can't own 4 motorcycles.
I'm serious.
I am too.
I'm dead serious.
Let us know in the comments
Put this camera on me. My camera. I'm dead serious.
Let us know which bike you'd rather buy, a
If you wanna buy my Bolt,
WR250
it's got,
or a
like,
Bolt.
No, you can.
Or buy both.
This is for everybody. Everybody. It's got close to 40,000 miles on it. It needs a little bit of work, and it's been sitting for a while. But let me know. Hit me up. I'm Yankee Media on Instagram.
My
Josh
WR
Sheila
is
asking
also
how much,
super-
Beau.
I mean, it literally like $1,200, if that.
Oh, I'm going to charge a little more than that from the WR.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, for $5,000, you can have a WR250 though. Just saying.
Yeah.
All right, dudes. We're out of here. That was Pat. That was fun.
Yep.
I think you won again though. I mean, obviously, Smallboard told us you won, so we don't have to wonder. I still want that SV650 though.
Yep.
All right, we'll see you guys next week. Here, let me tell you what next week's going to be because we actually know. We know what every episode is going to be for the rest of the year. Next episode is Winter Ride or Winterize. Cold weather gear, how to ride, and do you winterize? Oh, God. Get out of here before Beau. Oh, you got the heated gear on. That's true. It's going to be dark as hell and cold. Later.
Bye.